And so today's video is going to be a bit more personal. It's going to be about my autism, and I want to deep dive into what it is about my autism that's so special towards me, and how I make it not so negative as I used to look at. I used to look at very negative back in the day of 2022 and 2021 and 2020. Yeah, let's just go with that. And so I want to deep dive into the triggers about it. And if you don't know what I have, it is called mild autism, and it's like very little about autism. I'm not really too sure. I try not to dive into my autism. I have deep dived it when I was a kid, but I recently just want to not really focus more on that and just try to just do the best I can with making content, doing my job, and making this my full-time job too. And so let's actually deep dive into the triggers of my autism. So one of the triggers I had as a kid was bright lights. So right now, if I have a bright light, that's literally the one that's, you know, facing me right now, I'll literally be going very close towards it and going like hands on with it. And then with TVs and all sorts, I used to really like colors, and just anything that was bright, I would just walk in there and just go, oh, this is cool. I'll just go like that. Also with autism, as when I got diagnosed, is like a little fun fact. When I was a kid, there was one day where I was eating watermelon, and then the next day I didn't want to have watermelon. And so with autism, it tends to have this thing with where your food, let's go with food index, something like that, like it gets small and small, and you tend to be a bit more pickier. That's with me. It's not going to be with everyone, but it tends to be a lot more pickier. So I only ate like barbecue shapes, chicken nuggets, sausages, toast with Vegemite on toast with butter. Now I just have peanut butter now. But all those things are just like. And then as soon as I got to try a bit more food, I got a bit more, I guess, just not too plain, as everyone says to me. Like whenever I say, whenever I go to the pub and stuff, I just want chicken parmy with just chips and no salad or sauce. It has sauce in it because of the parmy. But like they go, do you want any sauce with the chips? I'm like, nah. They go, oh, okay. Or either if I'm getting like a chicken sandwich or something like that, I just want chicken, lettuce and cheese. And they go, do you want any sauce with that one? Nah, and they just give me a weird look sometimes. But anyways, that's one of the flaws. That's one of the things I had as a kid when I was growing up, was being very picky with my food, and it's quite funny. And I think that's one of the things I'm still trying to challenge myself as well, with just not eating the exact same stuff as I do right now. The other flaws I have is with music. So music tends to trigger me with doing I can't do it in front of you because I've got a camera recording me, or I've got a camera recording me, and if I was just by myself, I'd literally just be going like really excited, as if, and then I have a dream or something like that of like me playing football, for example, or me doing something that's sporting wise. And one of the dreams I had, I'll tell you this one, was me scoring a 90th minute winner in the World Cup for Australia. And that will never happen, but it's just like, I don't even know why I even had thought of it. It made me excited. I'm just gonna let them you guys can just devour me in the comments with that, because I would never play for Australia. I don't think. I think that dream is probably a bit more unrealistic at this point. But yeah, I always have music tends to play on those, and then I tend to play like a bit of The Weeknd and Playboi Carti, a bit more of like Rather Lie or Timeless by those two. Any Post Malone songs besides the ones that now he's gone to country music. I still listen to a bit of his country music now, but not too much of it now. The other things would be football as well, would be the other trigger at the moment, as I'm turning 23. And the biggest thing of football, it makes me excited because it makes me nervous and also excited at the exact same time. Like even when I'm playing it, I even get nervous, and I tell my brother, hey, I'm very anxious. He's like, no, you don't have to be anxious. You played hundreds of games like this. And even though it's basically a Sunday league game, where it's not really too much on the line besides trying to get to first or fourth or whatever, I get like excited as if I'm playing I have to play the best game of my life, otherwise I won't play again. which is funny. And the watching football wise will get me excited, even though I'm not at the stadium. I just get excited because I can actually feel, just like, because I obviously support Chelsea, so we're kind of in a bad rut at the moment. We're just not really playing too well when Cole Palmer hasn't scored in 3 months, maybe more, since January. Since January he hasn't scored at all, which is not great. So he's becoming very hot at the moment. Like those triggers right now are the only ones that do it for me at the moment. But I tend to just get really excited for most games. I tend to just be a bit more, just like, I just can't contain myself at times. Like I literally, if I do it for a long period of time, I will literally be sweating. And then my heart will be racing. I'm like, I need to stop because I'm gonna get a heart attack at this point. And when I play the game for myself, or when I play the game on the field with all my teammates, I try and do the best I can, and I try to not let autism be in the way of me, even though I think I'm the only one in the team that has autism, but that's alright. Like most of the time I try to not think about anything else besides just playing on the field and doing the best I can. And you know, sometimes I'll have an autistic moment and pass it to the wrong player, or either I'll try to think of something and it won't really go as well as I thought it would be. Decision making, there you go. Like decision making can be a very hard one, and sometimes I panic a bit when I get on the field and actually have the ball, or either have a bad touch, and sometimes I get a bit negative, even though that shouldn't be the way you want to be thinking about autism, or you playing any sport. Literally, you don't want to be thinking negatively towards yourself, besides people shouting at you and stuff like that. But but those are the triggers I have at the moment. But the challenges, I'm going to give this a bit more. The challenges I had as a kid, when I did not know about it, I thought that I had this one teacher who said to my mother that I won't be able to go into a mainstream class. So that's like the people who go into normal class, or people who go to regular classes, like normal ones, and then you get the special needs ones. I was in that, even though if you look at me, I don't seem to have any special needs, but it's all in here, and it will show once you get to start hanging out with me. The teacher that I had as a kid said to my mother that I won't be able to go into a mainstream class, I won't be able to do this or this because of this and this, and a couple of years later went to high school. I didn't have to go into special needs class, I went into mainstream, and I did practically okay in certain subjects besides maths. Maths is probably the best one. Maths is probably the worst one. I am not really good at, so numbers and all sorts. Like if you try and give me additional or subject minus, I don't know. See, yeah, my maths is already showing. But the point I want to make is to never let any special needs, be so negative on you, I suppose. And try not to let it be the reason why you won't be able to conquer your dream, is probably the main thing. Is to never let it be this negative thing that you keep reminding yourself, oh, you got this, too bad, you won't be able to do this. You can do that, because if you can walk, talk, and you're very lucky to be able to do those, because there are some that are very unfortunate, which I did see a few of those while I was in school, and that made me feel very fortunate that I'm able to do those things, and I feel very sorry for those who have to deal with those, and especially the parents too. I feel quite bad for those, and the light just went off. I'm gonna keep on talking anyways. But like the main thing I want to be able to talk about is you're very lucky to even be here. That's the main thing. And if you want to be able to conquer this one goal of your own life, of what you want to do with your own life, just do it. Just do it, because you're not gonna have any other chance to do it besides the days that you have left and stuff. That feels really deep. But yeah, that's probably the one thing I want to be able to point out towards even myself too. Like I have days where I scroll through, or either I get so very negative upon myself, or either I don't have the best days, or either I feel like I I feel all these emotions, which I'm still trying to deal with, and the main thing is to never let those things devour your own personal life or even your own self, and just take a bit to slow down and just remind yourself that you're trying to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to slow down a bit more, but even though I want to be able to, even though I want to push myself to do this quickly, it tends to overwhelm me, which I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out how to, do those things and not pressure myself too much, because lately I've been pressuring myself to do this quickly, and it tends to make me upset a bit. It tends to make me just do that. Ooh, okay. But yeah, that'll be about it about my autism and the triggers, and also the challenges I've had with it. I'll probably do a bit more if you guys want more. But yeah, that'll be about it. Like and subscribe. Check out the presets, the guides, and yeah. There'll be a lot more. There'll be also another preset coming soon, including this summer, within the summer preset too. So be on the watch out for that, and it'll probably be somewhere in my Instagram post or stories or whatever. Alright, catch you guys in the next one.